All right, welcome back to Thursday live stream. We're doing live streams every day this week, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. We'll try to do at least an hour. We'll see how it goes if anybody joins. And, if you can't be here for this one, try tomorrow, Friday, Cinco de Mayo. Maybe even have some Mexican fiesta hats. Not likely. So I'm going to talk about a couple things that are key and important updates, and then we'll get to the chat and requests. So welcome everyone. Martin, nice car there. We got the Bugatti joining us. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are in the world. Let me know where you are. I'd like to know. We had a multitude of people yesterday from New Zealand. I think we had a Greece in there. A couple from the United States, all across the world. So cool to see. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you find this content helpful a little bit. Remember to hit the like button, help spread the word. So we'll get right to it. The DXY on the daily chart, we have our death cross, right? What is a death cross, golden cross? Well, I'm glad you asked. It is just two moving averages crossing. So if you want to know that, right, you can find this. You can just type in a MA ribbon, and you can use one indicator, right? And you can use this. You want to use on the simple moving averages here, and not for exponential moving averages. And you can see that the 50 and the 200 here. So you can color whatever colors you want. You can get you can just check the ones here you want. So I'm just trying to show you how to set it up if you don't have one already, and you want to keep track of golden and death crosses. This is it. SMA, right? Simple moving average versus exponential moving average, and you want your 50 and your 200, and that's it. So that's what we have here. And death cross for the DXY on the daily chart happened back in early January. And going down as we speak, pretty much, right? Turning down, right? The last time the DXY had a death cross, you have to go all the way back to July of 2020, right? And it never saw the light of day for the foreseeable future here. Golden cross happened in July of 2021, a year later, and the rest is history, right? DXY went into a golden cross, golden bull run, right, to say the least, right? The most bullish the DXY has been in a long time. But, the last time we had a death cross, much like just January, right, we just had a death cross yet again. And the last one lasted for about 385 days. This one, if we are to repeat or rhyme, right, not always likely to happen, but 385 days takes us to January 2024. Doesn't mean that, everything has to change abruptly, right? The DXY in crypto didn't really, get crazy and start, this is where crypto started dropping is right here, right? November 2021, look how much more bullish the DXY got, right? If you zoom in here, right? This is when, crypto started to struggle here, right? This was our Pico top for crypto as the DXY had already had its golden cross, months earlier. Right, we were looking 123 days into a golden cross before, crypto really started to struggle. Right, so keep that in mind. Just because you have a death cross or a golden cross doesn't mean you have to, take off in the opposite direction immediately. But just wanted to note this because we haven't talked about this in a while. DXY death cross moving averages moving down as well. Right, so looking very similar to, back yonder. July of 2020 is the last time this happened. So. Important to note. Well, let's get the right here, right? Well, let's even go look back in here, right? The previous death cross before that, May of 2017, right? How long did that one last, right? We're looking at an additional, right? Just over a year, right? So a year death cross there, a year death cross there, right? I would say probably an average of a year death cross here, right? So that takes us to, roughly, early January of 2024. So we will see how this pans out. But worth noting, DXY death cross, right? How's Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin doing a death cross? How about a golden cross? Golden cross for Bitcoin happened in early February, and separating and gaining strength with our moving averages. Last time we had that, right back in here, right, September 2021. That was kind of our double top area. But before that, we got to go all the way back to, we had some fake outs, ups and downs. So obviously that can happen. But the pandemic, right? The pandemic crash was the fake out. If we didn't have that, probably wouldn't have gotten a move back to the downside, right? If this just kind of stayed level, obviously probably wouldn't have crossed again. So our last golden cross, February 2020, and the rest is kind of history there before that. So just a side note worth noting, golden cross, death cross, DXY, Bitcoin, all that good stuff. So now we can get to questions. I just want to cover that for the DXY. And remember, if you're going to do that on your chart, it has to be simple moving averages, and you must use it on the daily. That's historically what you want to look at. All right, so let's get back our regular chart here, all our exponential moving averages, and we can see the DXY still bearish. I mean, looking at trying to hold its head above water here, but at risk of drowning anywhere below 100. DXY is probably dead for a while if that happens. So. Side note, we can do request now. Netherlands in the house again. Hola, fitting for tomorrow, I guess, anyway. Cinco de Mayo, right? Anyone do anything with that? Probably not. All right, any questions? I took off slow mode from yesterday, and I took off, I dropped the latency, so it should be much more real-time interaction with the chat. We can test that out, but welcome in if you are joining us. Appreciate you joining. Any requests that you want to see charted? We've done a bunch of coins over the past, this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm happy to look at what you want, but we haven't looked at the DXY yet, so I wanted to show you that, death cross and, make it blatantly obvious that I think that the DXY is done, and I think we are going into a new bull run for crypto, even though up only mode is likely still months and months away. Let's put on the Gaussian channel for the 5-day on the DXY. We're dropping out of the lower part of the Gaussian channel this week, right? This candle closes tomorrow on the 5-day Gaussian for the DXY. Probably going to still need another handful of weeks, maybe in the first week of June or something, maybe a month from now. We could possibly turn this back red, right? And let's keep in mind, last time we went from green to red, we were under it, right? Even though we're under it, look at where we are now, where we were then. It still took another probably 4 to 6 weeks to really turn that channel red. And the DXY is still dropping the whole time, right? So we're going to need to see a repeat of that if we want a repeat of that, right? As the DXY drops, crypto goes, the opposite, right? US dollar goes down, Bitcoin US dollar pair go up, number go up, right? So that's what we're looking at. We're looking for a rhyme of this for a Bitcoin, golden heyday to return. All right. So, I mean, looks pretty good so far. So far, so good, right? We'll see. All right. No questions. Just want me to keep going. I can make up shit. Let's see, what else do we got? How about the S&P 500? Stock market, anybody? Turned red on the 5-day Gaussian channel, right? Interesting to note there, but we're trying to make, we're in this little immediate uptrend here for the weekly. Let's go ahead and turn off the Gaussian channel here. We went briefly under the 200 week for the S&P 500, right? Even if you're not interested in stocks, it's worth noting, right? It's, the stock market, what the stock market does, it's still a risk on asset like crypto, so still worth watching. We did have our highest weekly close since our downtrend ended, right? Downtrend ended because we made a higher low. We're starting to make higher highs. So this could be the end of it, right? We could get ready to roll over, but until proven otherwise, our low is set here, 38.44. Until we break that, right? We're in this little bit of an uptrend here on the weekly scale. I'd like to hold us to bounce at the 21 week here, right? Just above 4,000. And then we'd want to take out this high peak, right? This closed at 41.73. If we can do that, right, stock market should continue to trend up. So as it tends to do over, eternity, stock market tends to just go up, right? Short term down, right? Could this be the secondary trend, and we're getting ready to continue the, the epic decades long primary trend to the upside? Sure. Could this be starting a new trend? Right, we don't know yet, but so far so good. On the upside, we'd want to bounce relatively soon here, around the 4,000 mark for the stock market here. Yeah, Tony, good request. We'll do Chili's here in a second. Super was a good request. That surprised me. Most coins are not looking great right now. Super is looking super. No pun intended. Pun intended. So let's go look at CHZ. I have it on my list here somewhere. Let's find it. All right, so here we are on the weekly chart for CHZ, looking similar to pretty much all altcoins, just down at the pit of despair at the base of the mountains, long ways away from their peaks. But, we have a pretty hard base here for CHZ, and, we're looking down in this area. Hopefully we don't revisit, but we still could because we're a little bit more bearish than not because we're under most of our moving averages. We're trying to kind of hold here, but, what I like is that, we have our low here established. We have, came back down almost to it, slightly higher low, and we're trying to, build off of that, right? Higher low, higher low, higher low. So we do not want to close back below this guy. 11.5 cents there. If we do that, right, we're probably coming down to this base again to test this, right? We don't want to, follow through that because we have nothing to go off on if we do that. I don't think altcoins will kind of revisit those lows unless Bitcoin goes back under 24, 25K. We've talked about Bitcoin multiple times. All we have to do to, continue this trend is continue the trend, right? Higher lows. We're doing that so far, but if we come back up here, right, which we're trying to do this week, next week, over the coming weeks, we just got to take out this level. I mean, look how many times we've tried to do it. Look at all the wicks on the weekly side, right? If we do that, right, a couple good things start to happen. One, we take out all these previous highs, right? We've closed above this. And if you want to, look at your closing levels, right? Just put on a line chart. It clears out all the noise, right? We're looking at a high of right here, 15.5 cents. If we can do that, then we'll pick up some steam. We should, right? Then we should, revisit these higher levels here. But until then, this will be resistance. 1 week, resistance, resistance. Look at all these weeks, resistance. For a couple months here, resistance. So 15 cents seems to be a pretty good area for CHZ Chili's to, break through. Until then, it's still cautious, right? And that'll be kind of the word of the day I'm feeling for a lot of your altcoin requests. It's cautious still. It's Bitcoin season, right? We've talked about this every stream, but we're going to keep talking about it, right? BlockchainCenter.net, go follow this chart. It tracks altcoin season. So when your favorite, shitcoin, Bitcoiner, hype boy, moon boy, YouTuber says that it's altcoin season, well, you'll be able to go check them, and likely not, right? We must be up here for altcoins to 2 or 3x, like we were in early 2023, right? We got to 47, right? Altcoins were like, mad gaining, right? Coins like, I mean, you can go look at a handful of the new ones, the newbies, right? Those are the new kids on the block. They'll go berserk when we do this again. But we're not close to it now. We're at like a 10, right? We got to at least be 25, 35, 45 to even have a chance. Alt season's way the hell up here, right? This is true alt season, right? This is the definition of it. What is the definition? You can go look on blockchaincenter.net. Literally, Bitcoin season, right? What does that mean? Altcoins are handcuffed, right? Looking at the chart down here, I know my face is in the way for some of these, but Bitcoin will trend to the right here, right? It will go down the list. All these coins have to outperform Bitcoin for altcoins season to be in place. So here's even the blatant definition of it at the bottom here. So if you don't use this, right, go use it. It's a free chart. It take you 2 seconds to download that. Or I mean, just bookmark it, right? Just use it on the website, right? Easy peasy. So yeah, until that number shifts up, altcoins are just going to stay kind of in, jail here. All right, so do I think we had a question, do I think the DXY is making its way down to the high 80s? Well, we would like that to happen for crypto. It would likely be in the 80s when Bitcoin's peaking again. Let's go look. Where did we bottom at? Well, it's around 90, so maybe we actually don't go to the 80. If we do, like, we're going to see massive Bitcoin money coming in, right? If the DXY kicks the bucket and breaks this low from, late 2021, the last bear market for crypto, or the last bear market for DXY, right? The start of the bull market for DXY and bear market for crypto, right? When the DXY goes up, crypto goes the opposite way, right? So if we break this low, then I think we might see something massive, a a blow off top, so to speak, for Bitcoin and altcoins and, you know, all of crypto, stock market included. If the DXY breaks this, I don't know if that's the odds just yet. I mean, look at how high the 200 week is. The 200 week is right just under 100. So maybe we come back down and hold a higher low even. That wouldn't surprise me. But we're looking at, you know, Bitcoin peak sometime, you know, around 2025, early to mid 2025 out in this area. So for us to get down to this low again, right, it doesn't have to do anything crazy. I mean, even if it rhymed with this, it seems like, you know, that's still even an ask right there, right, to get down that low. I mean, that'd be a pretty epic crash. It'd have to almost kind of rhyme with this, right? Kind of like a lot of our altcoins did, right? It'd have to rhyme with your favorite altcoins at this point. I don't know if I see that happening, but you know, we'll track it, get into it, right? It's looking pretty weak at the moment. Let's look at the Heikin-Ashi candles, right? They track your momentum, all bear momentum on the weekly chart for the DXY. Very little sign of bull, although this week we're getting it, right? These are opposite candles of your traditional, you know, Japanese candlesticks like you're used to. Heikin-Ashi candles show your momentum based on where the wick is. So this is the first real week we've seen for the DXY when the bulls are fighting, right? You see the wick on the top there, right? Bullish momentum, bullish momentum, bullish momentum, bullish momentum. Look at the bears start to fight back on this week and the first week of March, and then the bears start winning bigly, right? So Heikin-Ashi candles can be useful for your momentum shifts, right? Bullish momentum, wicks on top, bearish momentum, wicks on bottom. Bigger the candle, the bigger the momentum. So side note there, if you're new to Heikin-Ashi candles. Link BTC. Let's go take a look at it. I meant to do this in my link video yesterday, I think, or 2 days. Whenever I made my last link video, I meant to include link Bitcoin, and I oftentimes forget to do that. So here it is here. We're trying to potentially put in a higher low or double bottom. But remember, double bottoms do not confirm at the bottom. They confirm when you take out your, you know, previous high. And so if we're looking for Chainlink BTC to double bottom, you know, we wouldn't confirm that until, you know, it closes above here, which, you know, 4,400 level, you know, we're looking for that. Let's put this on auto and log scale here. You can see how much Link has just taken a tumble against Bitcoin. You know, early stages, Link was hard pressed to be beat, making runs against Bitcoin. You know, massive gains against Bitcoin, right? But as the last couple of years, not so lucky. So maybe we're on the potential cutting edge of a reversal, or not, or falling down the mountain. We do not want to close this chart down below here. That closed 2200, 2260 right there on Satoshi's off to the right there. Hopefully you can see that. Let me pull it up because I know my picture blocks a lot of this. So watch for that. We're underneath all our moving averages, so by definition still bearish, right? We've got to at least see a fight, a close back above the 21, the 8. I mean, anything here. Let's zoom into the daily, see if we got any stronger signs here. And it's still not there, right? It's still not altcoin season. Bitcoin's still in charge, right? What we want to see when altcoins are flourishing is this, right? This is the chart you want to see, this kind of move, right? And this is the inverse chart of what we're looking at. So we don't have that. We're at the exact opposite of that, right? So it's still Bitcoin season until alts start to pull on Bitcoin. It's really not safe to hold, you know, a majority of your portfolio in alts right now. Just like it is if it's peak altcoin season, you don't want to be holding a lot of Bitcoin. If it's peak Bitcoin season, you don't want to be holding a lot of altcoins by definition, right? Hopefully that makes sense. I know that's hard to see for a lot of new folks especially, but that's how to do it, right? So, I mean, you're seeing Bitcoin's down 0.6% today. Altcoins are down on average much more than that, right? I mean, just look at your percentages, right? Why is that happening? It's Bitcoin season. Bitcoin dominance is up, right? Let's go look at Bitcoin dominance, right? Bullish, right? Looking bullish uptrend. We looked at this yesterday. You know, higher than it's been, right? Look at the monthly close. We closed our highest, April. April was our highest monthly close since our downfall, right? And our highest bullish monthly close since, you got to go all the way back to like 2018, right? But our highest monthly close since back here in April of 2021. So that's pretty significant. And I would expect that to continue to trend higher. All right, what other questions do we got? I think we got another question here somewhere. Ren for a friend. All right, we can do Ren. I might have taken that one off. Let me add this on. Let's see. Let's do. Might as well do Binance. All right, let's look at the weekly charts underneath all our moving averages. Let's remove all our old drawings here. Look at this scam wick from 2021. What the hell happened there? Yikes. On Binance, I don't know what happened there. Is that real? Damn. So underneath all your moving averages, we're back towards the base here. You got to be looking, not definitive clear territories here for a reversal, right? Not very clear. Underneath all your moving averages, you have your low established here so far, close at 5.5 cents. We don't really have a lot to go off of for a reversal. So if you don't have a clear level, clear breakout is going to be right there around 17 cents. I mean, that's pretty clear. So if you want to just be safe and buy Ren after that, right, I think you'll have much more upside because you have that breakout level. Then you really don't have resistance until, way up here at, almost 30 cents. So nice, you'll still get a nice turnaround, but buying here a little rough, right? A little sketchy. The daily, right? I would wait until a lot of your altcoins are back above the 200-day to be safe. But you're bearish by definition if you're underneath all your moving averages. So right off the bat, bearish. I'd be watching this like a hawk. Maybe we try to put in a higher low from that. Other than that, if we take that out, right, this little minor uptrend is ending, and we could easily kind of round this down back to kind of this area. So caution right now. If you take that out, we're looking for a close under 77,000 area, right? See this right here? I'm looking at that close. If you close under that, the odds go way up of you revisiting these lows over here. So caution right now, especially with that rounded kind of formation there. So I'm not here to sugarcoat anything or tell you, rock you to sleep with the baby cuddles and hold your hand. I'm here to tell you the facts of what you need to hear for a lot of these coins. So no hard feelings. Yeah, high 90s. High 90s could do for the DXY. Good question. Yep. Okay, so I get questions on Fibonacci's a lot. They have auto Fibonacci's now. You make it stupid simple. You can go to your indicators and you can just type in, I mean, here it is right here, right? So you can use that on, the weekly charts are good, but if you want to go to just to Bitcoin, right, you can, you just go from the swing high to swing low. You can use these for profit, but they work as much as they don't. You don't want to use this for that to be your only indicator. You don't want to be using that to, go all in or all out. So please don't use fibs just that alone, to help fit your narrative. But you want to be using a multitude of indicators as well to confirm. These are the ones I use. You can use whatever you want. You can use more or less, but the more simplistic your trading plan is, the easier it's going to be. So, I mean, you could just, if you're using TradingView, I know you can't see my right thing here, but you have fib retracement on the top right there, right? And you could just, click that and, or use your auto thing and just test it out and test your systems. That should work pretty well for you in TradingView. But I'm not a huge fib guy. It's worth noting every now and again. Guy who does that really well, I'm sure most of you follow him, is CoinsKid. So go check him out if you haven't already. He does Fibonacci's like in pretty much all his videos, so I'll leave that to him. I really just use, moving averages, support, the resistance, swings, but, fibs are good. You can use that. Hopefully that helps you for your tools. And I've shown you how to do it there, so. Yeah, linear regression's cool. They have all those indicators. I mean, you can just mess around with these indicators. You can just type in like anything. Linear regression. It comes up. There's so many. Usually, you want to use the one with the most, but not always. So just play around with that. If you're new to TradingView or haven't messed around a lot, just go type in. And I've spent hours. When I was learning, just going down all the indicators that are available with the most popular ones, and just familiarize yourself. Some you'll like, some you'll be like, what the hell is this? Some are too complex. Some have, 5 or 6 different people. You'll have to kind of go in and feel which one you like better than the others, right? It's not, you shouldn't, fit your, chart exactly like someone else's unless you just love it, right? Make your own chart. No two charts have to be similar, right? We can all be snowflakes. Stupid. Dumbest analogy ever. All right, what else we got? Any other altcoin requests? Greece. Good evening from Greece. What time is it in Greece? I thought that would bring a smile to someone. All right, what else we got? We've covered a ton of alts the past couple of weeks. So let's look at a couple, stronger alts, right? What we want to be looking for as far as strong charts. Just charts alone, right? This would be a good one. Fetch AI. I've got my eye on this for the next bull run. But, I mean, just based on the chart alone, I don't even have to know what the hell this is to tell you that this is looking like a pretty good setup. Holding the 21 week, nice breakout. It's shaping up to be a loosely fitted kind of a bull flag here, right? There's your flagpole. If this comes back up, you don't buy on if it potentially makes a bull flag, right? This is just still potential. This, again, patterns only confirm after they break out. Right, so this would confirm with a breakout of, roughly this level. I know I'm trying to do this fast and not just show it you perfectly accurately, but this would confirm bull flag, not here. It would confirm at the breakout level of that top line. So just like double bottoms, double tops, they don't confirm while you're in them. They confirm afterwards, right? So this is potentially still a bullish flag or a bullish setup, bullish retest of the 21 week. Around the 30-cent level. 31 cents is the 21 here. If we move back to the upside and then start to break this high, who cares about what the coin is? You're going to want to be in this move, right? Because it would likely break out to around 70, 80 cent level, at least. If this moves, I mean, even if you catch it, up at 40, 41 cents, you're looking at, a pretty nice move to the upside. I mean, a minimum, probably 2x out of that at the minimum, right? Based on this setup alone, right? So this is what I focus on. Bullish looking charts, whatever the coin does or the project does is secondary, right? Make yourself the most money by following the most bullish charts, right? Everything else, right? If it has a great narrative and great fundamentals, it'll show it in the charts, right? The ones that'll take off early are the ones that have the most bullish setups now. The ones, Chainlink or whatever, Polkadot, great long-term projects will do well in the long term. Probably going to be more stuck in the mud than, say, coins like this with potential, springs already being loaded as we speak, right? So hopefully that comes across. Check charts that have good setups now, not potentially going to be great in the altcoin season a year from now. This looks pretty good to set up and prime to go now. It doesn't have to, right? But if Bitcoin goes to, 32K and then chills, right? Coins like this will make another substantial move. Yeah, Coins Kid loves his XRP. I'm not sure why. Maybe I think it just is a popular coin to be looking at. But yeah, XRP. I know it's got a cult following, but it's at the same goddamn price it was in 2018. It's hard for me to shake that, right? I feel like it's chopping sideways for 5 years. You could draw that as it's back at its average stablecoin price of 45 cents. 45, 50 cents seems like pretty much any given year you look at it, it's probably there. So yeah, I'm not sure why he tracks that so much other than for watches, which is fine, right? You know, he's a great guy. He's one of the few greats in this space, I feel like. So, no hate here, but yeah, $27 XRP, that would be like, you know, multi-trillion-dollar market cap. Not likely. I think he put up a thing, a $6 XRP, and I commented on that. He's like, XRP on the Fibonacci or whatever, could go to $6, and I did the rough calculation on CoinMarketCap. That'd be like a $500 billion or $600 billion market cap, I think it was, or something like that. So you got to watch your market caps for your prices, right? A $6 is, you know, puts out the market cap, you know, just under Bitcoin is right now. A $27 XRP, I mean, we're looking at, you know, $5 trillion, something insane, right? Probably not likely. The auto fibs, sometimes they do, sometimes they're sketch, sometimes you got to play around with them. They're fit to, I think, the daily chart for the most part. So auto fibs can screw it up. They need a lot of data, so they're really great for like Bitcoin, Ethereum, you know, Chainlink and stuff like that at times. But usually on like the daily, the weekly chart, I think they programmed them to also to use on log scale or off log scale. You can check the settings. But so just be careful on that. You want to have your chart accurate. If it looks off on one, just click log scale, or, you know, click it off or on. So that's a little tip there. Yeah, the whole reason I started my channel is to get rid of the moonshots and moon boys, which obviously gets the most clicks and most watches, but I'm trying to combat that. So if I don't ever get to 100,000 or 100 million followers or whatever, that's fine. Obviously I'd like to get that to help the most people, but, you know, becoming rich overnight is what sells people into the market. It's why a lot of the new people join crypto, to try to make, you know, $10 million by the time their next birthday comes around. And I get that that's why, you know, the moon prices, but the whole reason I created my channel is to try to set reality in, right? And that's not likely. And if you want to, next time someone throws out a stupid price, go to CoinMarketCap, right? It's an easy way to check them. You can just, you know, pull out your calculator or ask Alexa or Google or whatever. You know, you look at, say, XRP, it's at 45 cents now and will be for the next decade. Yeah, so if they want a $20, you know, XRP or a $10 XRP, right, you just take whatever that is, and then multiply it by the market cap. So if it has to 10x to get to 450, right, that would be pretty simple math, right? 10x on here is $230 billion market cap. Right, that's insane. That's already would take over Ethereum. I get we're not in, you know, peak bull territory. Bitcoin will actually likely hit, you know, several $1 trillion, right? If Bitcoin's going to go to, say, 100K, that's a 3x rough, right? That's a $1.5 trillion market cap. To think that, you know, coins are going to go above 1.5 trillion market cap is batshit crazy, right? So if your favorite shitcoin Bitcoiner YouTuber says XRP or Dogecoin or Shiba Inu is going to go to a penny, right, and it's over 1.5 trillion market cap, you know they're full of shit, and you can unsubscribe and then come on back here, right? I joke, not really though. All right, so Link, can it hit 100? Yes, I just still think Chainlink can hit 100. Let's go look at the market cap. It's down here. It's way the hell down here now. Well, it's still in the top 20, so not too bad. So, so 10x gets it to $70, right? So 10x gets it to 36 billion market cap. That's not unheard of, right? Let's go see where 36 billion would be now, right? That still wouldn't even barely crack the top 5. And that's, I get we're not anywhere near peak prices, but say we're going to do that, I would still think top 10 is still, you know, the top 10 will be over 36 billion market cap, right? So $100 is still easily doable by Chainlink in my book, right? So it's, you know, roughly what, 2x from our all-time high. strong fundamental coins, right, could take longer to do that, right? Like, Uniswap, Atom, great. Any of these, solid projects that were around last time and didn't overperform will probably not, be the front runners, now. But I would think, these kind of meme coins from last cycle will probably fade out. There'll be new ones in, right? Pepe, where the hell's Pepe? Is he coming up? He's got to be coming up the ranks here. ApeCoin, all these guys will have new meme coins every cycle that will crack the top 20, top 10. It will happen time and time again. And over time, I think you will see, coins that have been around the longest that have, less and less use case, less and less, of a following over as the cycles go. Litecoin, Tron, Shiba, right? I think those will start to fall down as new ones come in. So just use the market caps for any type of moon boy shit that comes around. I can't tell you how much that bothers me, that people call for like penny Shiba Inus and don't do simple math on that, right? Shiba Inu hitting a penny is like, is stupidly multi-trillion dollar market caps. What the hell? MATIC, let's go look at MATIC. We haven't looked at MATIC. I don't think we've even gotten requests for MATIC, unfortunately. So look at the MATIC weekly chart. So long-term consolidation, ups and downs, major move up last alt season, right? And then, ups and downs. Does this look familiar? Almost looks like a copy and paste of this upside, right? Maybe a bigger version. So sideways for, a couple years, major move up, sideways for a couple years. Maybe we make a major move up. I still think MATIC can hit $10, relatively easily. This next run, that'd still be a 10x. So let's check ourselves, right? We don't want to, cherry pick data. Let's go look at MATIC. So a $10, roughly 10x, $90 billion. That's not unheard of, right? 90 billion is fine. When you get to hundreds of billions or, trillions, that's when you start to like say, you use the one eye thing and really, right? But 90 billion on a constantly top 10 coin and all of crypto, when there's, how many crypto, there's 24,000 cryptos now. That's insane, right? In 2017, 2018, when I was coming in, I remember there being like maybe a few thousand, or it was like hundreds, right? It was like when we cracked 1,000. I mean, that was insane. 24,000 cryptos now, right? Yeah. And you got a top 10 coin and you think it can't go to 90 billion. Why not? Right? So yeah, $10 MATIC coin, I still think is on the cards for sure. Let's see, it's not that far-fetched, right? It's $10. It's right here, right? I mean, that would be our next kind of our move up, right? Here's our weekly chart. Still right now though, it's not the most bullish coin right now. It's back at the 100 week. We'd like that to hold. If it doesn't, we're at risk, right? That was our resistance, kind of our resistance back in here. We broke through it. Support 100 week, support 100 week. So long-term accumulation, for DCAs, great to DCA right here. If we break, if we come back below 94 cents, I would kind of probably cut there, right? Stop loss right here, because not that we can't, have to go down, but the odds go up that we're coming back down to this level. I would say if MATIC does this, Bitcoin's likely rolled over to 25K, relatively quickly. MATIC and altcoins will kind of hold their own here a little bit if Bitcoin slowly goes back to 25K or something like that. But if it decides to, flush and rip the Band-Aid off and go to 25K tomorrow or the next 14 minutes, yeah, altcoins are going to get hurt pretty bad. So buying here with a stop loss here, pretty safe bet, right? Your risk reward ratio is pretty good, right? Especially for long term, you're risking 5% to the downside. And, potentially if this holds, and we start to move back up, we're looking at 20% upside just to take out this high. If we do that, all eyes up here, we're looking at 50% back to just where we were not that long ago, right? February. And then we have plenty to go here. You're looking at, a relatively easy, 10x. If this is, going to keep track and continue putting them higher lows here, right? So that it's looking good for the long-term play at these prices. For the short term, right, we're still in cautious territory for, altcoins. Here's that level even on the daily chart, right? It's trying to hold its best but we're under the 200 days. We're under all our moving averages. So by definition, a little bit more bearish, but this is still looking a little bit stronger than a lot of altcoins right now. So, I'm still a believer in MATIC. I still hold a bunch of MATIC. Well, Celsius holds a bunch of MATIC. If you're new here, right? I made a lot over crypto, and then, Celsius closed down, and I haven't been able to access it. So I'm back to the Poe house. Maybe they'll unlock it. Maybe they won't. If they don't, right, I'm doing my best to, stack as much as possible to, make something over the next run. But yeah, made 7 figures, lost 7 figures. Easy come, easy go. Any other projects I have? If I miss a question, please just, ask again. I might have missed it. I'm doing my best to keep up. Any other projects you have your eyes on? Yeah. MATIC for sure, but the newer coins, Fetch, Aptos, right? I'm looking at this. Another good one that's on kind of an equidistant, a newer coin that's kind of back. I looked at this after this breakout move, and I said if it ever goes back to around $10, and it did it, back in March after I looked at it up here, I'm like, I'm not buying that, but if we can somehow get back to kind of this inception price levels here, which we're at again right now, I think it's a good risk reward ratio. Buying here, stop loss, $9, $9.40, something like that, because if you break this, you'll get a cheaper opportunity down here somewhere. But this could be at or near bottom if Bitcoin decides to hold and starts letting alts breathe again, just like our nice setup on Fetch. Aptos is another one that's certainly on my radar. I've got a couple others, but those two are my kind of are my biggest dark horses, or maybe not so dark, but my picks for the move forward. I know most of you probably have other ones. I'm looking through others here. All the requests this week have come, basically from this one down. So maybe you're looking at, we've covered all this and all in live streams the past 3 days. So if you're like, man, no one's covered any of these, my last live streams looked at them. So looking at all of these, I've got my eye on GRT. Apparently Super now, someone in the chat requested that. I hadn't noticed that, but Super is actually looking pretty strong. Looking on the weekly chart, it looks better than most. Let me put this on here. I know that chart doesn't look so good, but as for now, like look at where it is now comparative to many altcoins, right? Above the 21 week, nice move off. It tends to be holding. So, you want to look at coins like that, right? Almost every coin right now, altcoins are below their 21 week and, at a good bit. If they're holding above the 21 week, right, you got to be favoring that one a little bit for at least the short term until proven otherwise. So, coins that are above their 200 day, again, more bullish than not. Not many coins are like that. So you want to scroll through CoinMarketCap, get some picks, scroll through. If someone gives a shout on Twitter or Reddit, right, just do yourself a favor and pull up a chart and see where it's at, right? Not that others can't do well. It's that, the ones that are looking more bullish now will likely be the early front runners, right, to lead the race. We don't know where they'll finish, but they will likely get off to better starts than most. Look at Mara up 9% today, right? Look at that one. This is actually a stock market, I think. So don't pay attention to this unless you're in the stock market. If you are, someone requested this yesterday, so they're up probably a good bit from that. That is the stock market one. I should probably eliminate that one. So anything else we've looked at? We've looked at a bunch of stuff over the past couple of days. Yeah. Any other requests? E-Gold. All right, we'll do E-Gold. Maybe, but it works. There we go. All right. E-Gold at the bottom here. We're at $40. Looking about like average for all altcoins right now. And so if your coin is not looking the best, right, don't worry. There's very few that are looking great. So under the daily moving averages, we're trying to kind of find this low here. You can see these closes. Here's our low zone, right? We don't want to break that, or we're probably going back to test these lows. But hopefully this is going to hold on the daily chart, right? Several wicks here, a couple wicks here, right? If we come back down still, we want to hold this. This is, you want to be buying at support, at least dollar cost averaging, because not because you know it's going to go up, it's because your risk reward ratio is better there, because you can cut, right? Your stop loss is under support always, right? And you want to short or sell at resistance, not that you know it's going to fail, right? Resistance here. If it fails, your risk reward's good, right? Because you're risking almost nothing. That's how you do it. It's not because you know what's going to happen. It's because your risk reward ratio is great. And that's what any professional trader will look at first and always. Risk reward ratios. You're short or sell at resistance because you're cut level, right? So if you're, you're like, this is going to fail at resistance at the 200 day, right? You put in a short order here. If it breaks it, right, you have your stop loss, like say like 55. If it breaks that, you flip and go long because it should, hold resistance. Same with support. You buy at support, not because you know that it's going to go back to the upside. It's because you have a stop loss just under. You're risking almost nothing to the downside. So even if you buy here, right, at $39, you're risking like what, 9-10%, right? Versus if you could be buying, a rough bottom here, and then look how much you have to the upside to go. Even to a breakout level, you're potentially gaining 40%. This is how any pro will do it, right? You buy support, short or sell resistance, and that's swing trading like 101 there. Otherwise, dollar cost average for the long haul and at decent prices that you're comfortable with, right? If you want to be stupid simple about it, but we're in a downtrend here. Really, it's sketchy to buy at this point, right? Bitcoin season, you're making lower high, lower high, lower high underneath the 200 day, right? This is kind of a no zone right now. Maybe in a couple days, if you start to do something like that, a couple weeks, couple months, right? That's what you're looking for, a breakout, and break the 200 at least, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, DCA is the safest play, right? You don't know when, but dollar cost averaging, that's the way to do it. GRT, we can do GRT. Here we go. So the daily looking better than most, right? We got to move up, and we haven't given it all back yet. We're higher lows, so structurally looking okay, but we're starting to flirt with potential rough weather ahead. If we break this and start to close, you can see all our moving averages are kind of going sideways, so it's kind of a no-go zone here, at least for the time point. If you're trying to kind of swing this, right, it's really just chopping around. When your moving average is moving sideways, that's the odds of your price action. You want to wait for a clear trend, right? You want to get an early uptrend, and maybe we have that, but still, for the most part, hopefully you can see that that's more choppy. We're kind of indecisive, right? You have your higher lows here, you have your lower highs here. We don't know what this is going to do yet. And, sideways moves, kind of these pennant formations can go either way, right? They're almost coin tosses. So you kind of got to wait until, I do like this, right? We tried to put in a higher high. At the same time, we're putting in, higher lows. So you got to favor maybe a little bit towards the bulls, especially with this early move in 2023. But, kind of wait till you get back on top of all your moving averages, 14, 15 cents. I would like it a little bit better, because we're flirting with the 200 day right now, so it's a little sketchy at this point. But zoomed out to the weekly, let's see how this looks. All right, we're holding our 21 week, so a little bit more confidence there. If you're above your 21 week, you're naturally leaning a little bit more towards the bulls. But I don't like that we're closing. We just moved our, right, if we close our prices out here, right, look at your EMA 8 got above, and now we're aiming back down again. So maybe this moves, sideways for the next couple of weeks, and then we start to do something like this with our moving averages. But we're moving sideways, right? That's no trend, right? No trend by definition, right? So you got to wait for the trend to decide where it's going. We could easily come back down here with a lot of alts if Bitcoin wants to crash. If Bitcoin lifts up a little bit and holds, right, then you'll see these moving averages start to curl up, and that's when you want to get in, right? So for now, looking better than most, but still cautious, right? So speaking of using RSI to get out, I'd be hesitant on that for people that use RSI to look for overboughts. I mean, look at this here, right? Yeah, they can. You want to use it. You can use that, but MFI is better. On balance volume is great for divergences. This is not a great example on all these, right? So some altcoins like this that go, ham early. Are difficult to look at. If you don't get a clear signal on the daily, the 3-day will give you a better signal. I would wait until you get really overcooked on the MFI, like above 90, right? The money flow index includes volume. That is a good signal. Or when you get the trigger down from the Fisher transform, it's not going to time the top for you, but it'll get you out and very near it. If you're using like Fisher transform on the daily or the 3-day, that's a better one. Relative strength index shows you your strength. So that's, you're flexing your muscles the higher that is. It's not necessarily great for being, for showing, exactly when you're going to be perfectly overbought. So hopefully that helps. But when you start to see the OBV, see how we make lower highs on the OBVs, and we're still relatively close to the highs right here, right? That's a huge warning sign. You had your trigger down on the Fisher transform, so a little bit better indicator than just going all in or all out on a daily or whatever RSI. So hopefully you can see that pretty clear there. On the 3-day chart is really good. I definitely use that for being oversold or overbought more with the MFI, and a conjunction of multitude of indicators, not just one or two. I'd rather have 3 or 4 saying similar things. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, weekly's good. Let's go see what it looked like on the weekly. So weekly, right? Well, this is not a great one to look at. Bitcoin would be good to use on the weekly. Let's go look at previous peak. Look how all 3 got really cranked. And we started doing right. Even that though, right? It got you out too early. But still, would you hate yourself if you got out of some of these coins in late January? You might have kicked yourself in the short term, but probably not long term. But we didn't get our trigger down on the Fisher transform really and start making divergence until late February. That was kind of our warning. And then we started getting lower highs on the RSI, right? So that's what you want to kind of be looking for. Selling a little bit early is fine, right? Let's take like 20% out just to be safe, because you never know if that was the actual top, right? It's hard to do it when you're in the moment, but that's a really good, decent way to do it. Waiting for really overcooked levels on the weekly, the 3-day, right? Confirm on the 3-day. Look at how over crazy we got, and Bitcoin was only at 40K. We got 93 RSI, 94 MFI, 100 on the stochastic. So momentum was still way up. So you want to be careful of that too. If your momentum's still really high, you can still remain up here, which we did. And then we started getting that divergence play out in March on the Fisher transform. So that was a big warning. All the divergences started coming when we were still really, upper 60s, mid upper 60s, and we were getting kind of some warning signs there. Hard to see in the moment, very difficult. And your body does not want to give up your gains. So Bitcoin's still playing around with 29K right now. All right, 11:30. We'll probably wrap it up relatively soon. Yeah, hit the like button if you haven't already. 13 people. This is okay. We did okay today. I think this is less. I think yesterday was our best day. We'll try again tomorrow. Is my picture? Am I out of my frame this whole fucking time? Damn. I think have I been out of frame really this whole time? I just looked at my picture. Apologies. And I don't have my jacket on, my blazer on. What the hell am I doing? Messed it all up. I got my blazer on right behind me. Jesus. God, get it together. All right. Apologies for that. We'll button up for our Cinco de Mayo tomorrow with our Fiesta hats. I don't know if I can get one by then. If I do, if I find one, I'll bring one. Maracas, anybody got maracas they can send me? All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up. About an hour today. Not a whole lot of importance. Bitcoin's kind of just fumbling the blocks here. The 4 hour, right? You want to watch. Let's look at what to watch for today, right? We have our low here established on the 4 hour, higher low. Hopefully a higher low. Look at the wick down here, still a higher low. We're looking good. High, higher high. We got to continue this, right? If you want to continue this uptrend, we got to continue the uptrend. So we're looking for a bounce. If we get that, right? It seems like we're trying to. We need to take out this high with the close, today, tomorrow. The next 4 hour candle, if we go up, right, watch for, a lower high, right? That would be a warning sign, or a higher high. If we make a higher high, then, all eyes on the next one, right? This one up here. High is right at 30K, right? 30K is kind of a resistance zone, psychological level, and, rejection level for the past, multiple attempts up here. So 30K, if we flip 30K again, I think we're going to see new highs we haven't seen. I think we'll take these out. If we can flip 30K, that would be a huge move. So watch that over the weekend. Tomorrow, the 5-day Gaussian channel updates, right? Let's do a quick update on that, and then I'll end it. And we'll do more questions tomorrow. Hopefully you can join us again for Friday. 5-day Gaussian channel on the verge of turning green. Potentially tomorrow, right? This 5-day candle closes tomorrow. We'll see. Depends on where prices are. We got to remain above 25K to turn it green for sure. Pull the channel up. That's how it turns green. If we do that, the DXY turning red is not far behind, right? Here's the DXY on the 5-day falling out of the bottom, right? We need that to go down. Same time Bitcoin's going up, right? The signs are on the wall, right? Right in front of you. The bears are going to be dead, right? If the Bitcoin channel turns green and the DXY channel turns red, I mean, anybody's still bearish at that point. All right, I pity the fool, right? All right, appreciate you joining. If you have, hit the like. If you haven't already, I'll see you tomorrow on the next one. 3-liter Duramax. Nice. Solid truck. I like trucks. I used to have a truck. All right, what state am I from? I'm in Florida. East Coast. So if you're wondering why I'm doing weird times, it's normal time over here, right? It's time I can fit it in every day in my schedule. So works out well. I got my 2 kids I have to take to school, pick up from school. So I had to fit around that. Yeah. So I also do trading to, pay the bills. So I have to do that as well. I make YouTube videos too. So 10:30 a.m. works out well for me. 10:30, 11:30. Then I got to do other stuff. But hopefully you can join us again for the next stream. I'm happy to talk about other stuff too. We don't always have to talk about crypto. We can talk about fun stuff. We can talk about trucks or where everyone's from, and we can keep it lighter. Yeah, I live pretty near St. Augustine, without giving away my exact location. If anyone's ever visit St. Augustine, I'll meet up and have a beer. There's plenty of good bars, or a shot, or whiskey, or whatever. Whiskey is my drink of choice, but I'm trying to, tone that down for a while. But beer every now and again, whiskey every now and again. Probably some tequila tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo, because white people got to have any reason to celebrate any holiday with drinking. All right. Yeah, I've lived in Florida for, over, almost 25 years now. So, pretty much native here at this point. So, anytime you're in Florida, if you want to do something and you're not a sketchy son bitch, I'll know immediately and I'll be packing. If you show up in Florida, we got loose laws here. Ninja Glock, we can, talk about guns. All right, we'll wrap it over. I'll stay on and talk about this, but this is fun. I like live chats are fun because I get to talk about other stuff. Old fashions, I like them if they're smoked. Smoked old fashions, regular old fashions, I had too many at one point in time, and they've got a bad memory for me. But smoked old fashions, I can do, or if you make them, make them well, I'll try it. But you ever have any of those drinks and there's too much and you can never do it again? That's kind of old fashioned for me. I like them. Whiskey's whiskey's my drink of choice. Do it to celebrate more than anything. Special occasions. Other than that, I try not to drink too much. I'm trying to do running and getting into fitness a little bit more. I've lost 40 pounds since December. Not that you can really tell on video, but running every day, guns and crypto. Yeah, me too. So trying to watch what I'm doing a little bit more. Anything else? Yeah, we'll do Christmas lights. Maybe I'll do some kind of crazy shirt, or I gotta see if I have a Fiesta hat or something tomorrow, or a sombrero. That's what they're called. Maybe I'll get my fucking Spanish banana out. He's back here. He was on one video and no one said anything, so I took him out. It's like a 6 foot tall, multicolored banana. It's spooky. I want him at a theme park for my daughter by making doing one of those other special fucking rig games. I won that. So maybe I'll put that in the video tomorrow. Put a sombrero on my 6 foot tall banana. All right. I guess that's it. I'd like to stay on and talk more. We haven't lost anybody, so I'm hesitant to even get off. Bass fishing, whiskey, and guns. America. Minus the bass fishing. I don't really do a whole lot of fishing. A lot of people do around here, but I never really got into it. I grew up in the Midwest, so there's not a whole lot of fishing up there. Maybe there was, and I just never saw it. Yep. All right. We'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching to the end. We should do more talking towards the end of these streams, and less crypto. We'll do crypto and business out of the front, and then, party in the back, right? All right. I'll see you tomorrow, Friday, Cinco de Mayo. You never know what I'm going to wear, or if I'll show up. Could be weird. All right. Thanks for watching so long. Peace out. Cub Scout. Cringe.